Hi, this is Don N5SKT, and I wanted to show you what I was trying to film the other day, and that is the DX Commander Venture, which is sitting behind me, and some of the things I've done to improve the speed of the deployment. So anyway, this is one of those things. This is a umbrella stand that spikes into the ground, a lot like what you use when you're using a spike in a 20-foot mast or one of the collapsible masts. And I've got plenty of those here, but this thing I think works really well. You can adjust the spikes. You have this one spike that goes into the ground first, and then you've got these other three that will go in afterwards, and so it makes it pretty easy. I'm going to attempt to spike it into here in this ground, but I'm not sure because this has a lot of rocks in it, a lot of little rocks, and it probably won't go, which is true. It's just there's too many rocks here, and I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with it. Yeah, everything here is rocky, so this is not going to work here. So let me come around here over to, because this is more like what you'd have at a park. This is more somewhat done, and I hope the heck that y'all are seeing me here. That's a pretty wide angle lens, so hopefully I'll get this, but as you can see, I can just push that in, and there it is. It's working and in there. So then with the Venture, you also get a you get this mast here. This inner tube that fits inside the mast here, and that just drops down into here, and you tighten that in, and then once you get the wires done on the mast, you're good to go. That's one thing I've done to it. In general, it is a single, it only has, and I hope we can get this here on video. I'm double checking, trying to make sure that I get the shot good. I'm not sure that, yeah, I think where you were a minute ago was probably fine here, because I've tried to pull it back, and I get that this is a ways away, but anyway, that's one thing I've done. And then essentially here you've got just 3 elements here. There's 3 connections for elements here, here, and here. And then you have your SO239 element. And then the other thing I've done, and I'm going to try to move the camera up closer so that you can get a better look at this at the closer in here. Right here, and I am going to point the camera down a bit, angle it down so that we're looking right at the this area here. So again, you've got the 3 points here for the elements of the mast, and then what I've done is I've added these. These are my radials. These are much easier to deploy. I'm using those silicon things that Mike had shown in one of his videos, and you just kind of pop that out and all of them come down. And then again, each element is also held with those little, or these little dinghies, and I'll create a link in the description for these things, but I would suggest you go to Mike and get those, and I'll put a link to these. These are 17-foot ground straps, I believe about a 1/4 inch in width. You obviously could buy longer widths, but then on top of that, and I'll show you how I do these, because I don't take them off the mast, but let me take one of them off. You would not do this in the field. You just simply stretch this thing out from where it is. Oh, I'm undoing the wrong one. So let me screw this back on here. Okay, yeah, it's this one. Maybe I was undoing the right one. Well, okay, I'm an idiot, but I've already filmed this I don't know how many the hell times, so let's not go too crazy here. And anyway, so what I've done here is I bought some of these, and I'll put a link for these in the description as well, and they come with the heat shrink. And what I basically did was I folded the end of this over once, and then stuck it in here and took a hammer on a concrete block and just hammered that flat, and that's all there is to holding this thing together. And then I simply take it here and I connect it back onto this. And again, to me, this does not need to stay on the pole for a length of time. I'll try to drop some quick shots that I've got already photoed of this thing completely deployed, but this will speed it up tremendously in laying stuff out, because you don't need to lay out radials. Now I've done 2 activations with this so far, and I've gotten all over the country. For me, being able to talk, for instance, to Washington State, that's quite a distance. I was using the Optima, and which is just or the FTX1 or FTX1 Optima, and which is a 100-watt radio, and I was able to get pretty much all of the country. Connecticut. I worked N1JUR, Rob of the 741 channel. I got him on this rig, and so he's in Connecticut. For Texas to Connecticut, that's a good hop. Doesn't happen every day. That was on 20 meters, I believe. Yeah, 20. I've also I've used this. This antenna will do 40 meters. I was able to tune pretty much anything. I worked a guy on 12 meters, 10 meters, and essentially this has a 10 meter, a 12 meter, or sorry, 10 meter, a 15 meter, and a 40 meter element. The 40 meter has a loading coil on it that fits over the mast and comes down to about right here, and so you have that, and then you have your 3 spreaders, and so you're putting 3 wires up is really all, but you're getting the to me what is a ground mounted vertical of 3 different bands, so you can just switch bands. You're not going back and forth and retuning the thing every time like you would have to do a whip. So it makes it more versatile in that you can switch bands pretty easily and do this. And again, I like what Callum does. He makes quality equipment, quality poles. Just he's got quality designs, which of course this is. Anyway, so I'm not even sure you're seeing me, but anyway, that's the way this works. And then let me see, what did I do with that other rubber? Oh yeah, here it is. So the way I do these is, when I'm done, I'll collapse the mast and go back to what you saw in the beginning. And I'm not sure how quickly I can do this or how well I can do it, but just really quickly, what I'm doing here is I'm just taking this silicone thing and wrapping it around the pole here. And I believe I could even, in fact, I'm sure that I could probably even collapse that around. So see, then you have these over. Each one of these individually is held by one of these also. Essentially, then you have these things. And I wasn't really as neat as I could have been when I was coming off the deal last time, because it was nearly starting to rain. So I was rather quick with it. But anyway, that's what you would do. And let me go one more step here on this. I'm going to move the camera back up to a more vertical position here so that you can see a little better on out in here into this. So what I would do, and I'm hoping that I've got this tight enough, this mast tighten up here, that it doesn't collapse on me while I'm doing this. And I do. One thing you want to do when you're setting one of these up is take a look up there and make sure the mast can go up as high as it needs to go. But anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to take this thing, bring it up here, and get it on here, and then it just drops right down there. And then you would take these 5 wires, run them out around the mast to get that mast set up, or get your radial set up, and you've only got the 5 radials to deal with. And each one of these wires, by the way, is 17 feet long. So what I did was I went and specifically bought these. They're 71, or they're 17 feet. Each one is 17 feet, so I don't have to really measure it. And then those little copper lug nuts is what they are. Lugs, copper lugs. They're not the nuts, but they're the lugs. And you just pound those onto the end of this. I didn't do anything specific to treat the end of this, so you'll see that this is fraying a bit here at the end, or at the edge. You could go in when you get that and solder it. You can twist it. There's a lot of ways to control the way that this thing flares out. And anyway, so that's what I've got. Then you would attach, obviously, your coax, and you're ready to go. It took me, I guess, 15 minutes the first time I laid this out. The second time I laid it out, it was a whole lot worse, but that's because I was not winding these things up and then, winding them up here. I was just, doing it sloppy, and I kind of wound them around the pole, and I didn't do. So anyway, it took a whole lot longer to try to untangle everything and lay it out. But now, like this, it just takes a few minutes to do it. Setting the rest of the mast up and getting your spreaders on, getting the mast straight. I didn't do anything to improve the speed of that at all. The quickness there comes with deploying it. And just to give you another hint, we use this was one of our main antennas at field day this year, and we worked 40, 15, and 10 with this antenna with no issues. We had a really big dipole for 80 meters, and I don't think we worked at 160. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So that's what I've done, and hopefully this is something that you can do. The inspiration for this is like, okay, with a DX commander like this, I could lay out a big sheet of that mylar or Faraday cloth and try and do that, but I've done that actually with my DX Commander Classic, and I did not find that it worked very well. I ended up going back to the rails with that. Possibly you could use more, but then you've got to lay the thing out and then you've got to fold it back up. I think with these you're ending up with just straps and you can lay it out. I mean, you could even apply this to a radial system for the whips as well. In the background here you see a pair of whips that I've got. That's for John's in NJ7. Oh man, his call sign's not going to come to my head, but precision arrays. This is for his phased array for 40 meters or 20 meters, and it works pretty good. All right, well, it works great actually, but and you can set it up. John's working on some improvements to that. That's a different video, and there's Coffee and Ham Radios have had him on, and I believe it was Clubhouse had him on a little while back. So I would check those videos out if you want to know more about the precision array stuff, because he's got some things coming out probably later this month that'll really improve on what I've got here. And I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go 40 meters. I'm going to have to do something about masts for 40 meters, but I've got some alternatives. Anyway, that's it, I guess, for my latest video, and hopefully you find this useful, or at least maybe it'll inspire you to think of some things on your own, some other innovations that you can do, that you can share with us on how we can improve things and make things easier on us when we get to the when we go out parks on the air and do our portable work. Anyway, 73, this is Don, N5SKT. Yeah, hi, this is Don, N5SKT, and I made it back out to the park, but I don't know if you can hear I'm sure you can hear the radio in the background, but anyway, and if you look way back out there, there is a guy that is doing, let me see, let's turn the volume down on that, but there's a guy back over there that's blowing the leaves around, which is a great thing. But unfortunately now the closer he gets, the more the radio picks up the noise. I was able to get 16 contacts in, and that worked. So the radio worked really well, and I did go ahead and run home and get my battery. But there were a couple of really nice ladies that were here that came by and watch the antenna, and I took the radio down and everything. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the antenna back down. Worked really, really well. I got some really good compliments on my signals in my my audio. I got up into Washington State, quite a few places. I guess I could show that on here. I'm not sure how well it'll show on this DJI camera, and forgive me for doing all of this mess, because it is, we don't have very much in the way of deals, but hopefully you can see I got 16 contacts, all park to park. That's just the way it worked out. It was easier to get park to parks today than to hunt a clear frequency, and besides, I did pretty well with just park to parks. I got, was it 16? Yeah, 16 QSOs. So I did pretty well, and again, forgive me for holding it this way. But I'm going to go ahead and take it down and pull it down anyway. It's getting a bit overcast. I'm not sure what you can see, but it's getting overcast here, and it's supposed to start raining. I can feel it's getting a little colder. So I am going to go ahead and pull the antenna down. And again, I've got a bunch of these things that Mike K at MRD was recommending, and I'm going to tie up those radials rather than just having them or twisting them around the pole, which is that's not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is what I'm going to do now, I suspect anyway. This is still new for me, but again, those radials, just those 5 ground straps are working well. Now, it's more of an expensive thing to do, but it certainly makes POTA quicker to set this kind of an antenna up. And personally, I think I do better with a vertical than I do with a in-fed half-wave sloper. But I just ordered a spool antenna today. They had that the stealth model that comes with the bag and the coax and the whole 9 yards. So I got one of those coming anyway to play around with. Of course, I got a pack 10. I got tons of other antennas I could deploy, but I just really like the way Callum's designed this particular antenna. And to me, it is quick to put up and take down.